Hey, what's up, man? Thank y'all for tuning in. Before I get started, I would like to ask you guys to subscribe to the page. It definitely helped the page grow. So we on the WNBA. I'm giving my take based on the game, me watching the game of the Connecticut Suns versus the Minnesota Lynx. And so we had a good game, man. The game went into overtime. And so one of the things, though, that I would like to say is that, man, we got to give more of these ladies more shine, more credit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's only going to help the league. Like Nofisa Collier. Then you got Dewana. You know what I'm saying? She's a really good player. And if you ask me, man, I think that Dewana is one of those players that's similar to like a Kevin Durant. If you see how she plays, she's very long. She can also stretch the floor and she can shoot over any lady. And it's hard to guard. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to guard her. So one of the things that I would suggest is that they need to figure out a way to kind of work around her because she's a person that's very not only reliable, but she's very long, she's very hard to guard, and I think that she's a game changer. But based on me watching the game, I also believe that that these two teams are even. I think that um it was a lot of flawed moments, meaning like missed layups and stuff like that. And these are the things that you're gonna have to clean up. So far as the assessment, I also think that they end up getting trigger happy. They start shooting the ball. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. I'm sorry. 1 second. Just give me a hot second. Hot second. Almost done. All right, there we go. I had to do something real quick. But nah, I think Dewana Bonner, she's one of those players, like I said, she's like a Kevin Durant. But man, we got to go ahead and give it to the person who really made a difference at the night, which was Brianna Jones. Brianna Jones, she is the person that I guess Angel Reese needs to work with because she has real post presence and she was very unstoppable. So therefore, I think that if Angel Reese get that, it's going to be trouble for the league because like her post presence, she don't get blocked as much, even though Nafisa Collier, got her a couple times. I just think that man, she has everything of what it takes, to be the Shaquille O'Neal of the league. Brianna. Now it's going to be one of those situations that I can't wait to see her versus Camilla Cardoso because these are two big bodies and Brianna Jones actually know how to use her. So therefore, I believe that them two matchups is going to be epic because both of them are about the same height. Both of them are big bodies, and both of them know how to do their thing in the paint. So that's going to be one of the games that I would love to see. But man, I'll say this though, McBride she did good. Um, I just say that it was some silly decisions being made. When you're playing a game, now this is where the IQ come in. When you're playing a game and you're up by, I want to say 4 points, you don't just start jacking up shots. What you start doing is getting the shots, that they're giving you. See, basketball is about taking what the opponent gives you. It's not about forcing shots. It's not about any of that. Now, when you're up and you're in overtime, the thing is, it's not to start, it's not to continue to shoot the ball. It's just to make sure that you don't do something to lose the game, which they did. You know what I'm saying? They basically shot their way out of a victory. And both of these teams were undefeated. Connecticut is now the only the Connecticut Suns is now the only team that is undefeated in the season, right? And deservingly so. When you really look at the pieces that Connecticut have, when you talk about Alyssa Thomas, you talk about Dewana Bonner, you talk about Brianna, you know what I'm saying? You got these type of players on your team. It's no wonder these players are actually undefeated. But I think for the most part, man, that the Mystics, you feel what I'm saying? I think that the team that they played against did a disservice, to be honest. They didn't really I said the Miss, I'm sorry. I meant the Lynx, the Minnesota Lynx. They didn't do enough to win. They didn't really they didn't really feel like they can win this game. I want to say the Minnesota Lynx didn't feel like they can win this game. It to me, it felt like they were just more so happy that they were in the game. And playing against a team like Connecticut, which is still undefeated, you got to come with your A game because they got all the pieces that's needed to win a championship this season. If you want to actually win, right, the Lynx, if they want to win, one of the things they have to do is stay aggressive. And they can't do stuff like allow their opponent to, to backdoor them for easy layups and stuff like that. And I say the shooting was on par, but they didn't do enough to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though they did go into the into overtime, I felt like in moments they were too lackadaisical. It almost felt like they did everything to give the game away because they were up at one point. I believe it was 73 76, and they hit a three to tie the game in order to go into overtime. So when you make moves like that, it's you damn near going to get bit every time because the 3-point shot that tied the game to go to overtime, it basically wasn't even contested. So if people want to actually grow the NBA, the WNBA, they're going to have to make certain shots, man. You can't allow certain things to happen. It just felt like kind of high schoolish to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a lot of good players, but I think, man, the small things is what's going to have to be cut down. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are two of the cream of the crop teams, and they can't play like, like it's a high school game. They can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, work your way from the inside out, make the cuts, play some defense. You know what I'm saying? Make your layups, hit your little floaters, right? Stop doing costly fouls, like just little simple things. Is what's going to turn the WNBA around. And I think that at times, man, it was a little, high schoolish. But I think for the most part, man, the product is building, is growing. I think both of these teams belong. I think both of these teams would do enough to build. I think the crowd it was a lot of people, it was a lot of people judging by the record number that they used to, the average number of people. Hold on, y'all. I got to do another one because I don't know why I can't get my words out. I'm fumbling. I'm doing all this other stuff, but yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and end this. I'm gonna redo it. I'm gonna redo it.